I think it's really important when we're talking about hormones in pregnancy and labour that we acknowledge that the hormones are changing women from the inside out. There's a great cocktail of hormones that are helping us to grow, helping the baby to grow, laying the foundations for that little baby's brain and body.
But we also know now that men go through hormonal changes as well, not to the same degree, but it's a big change for them. So there'll be a decrease in testosterone, an increase in estrogen and in prolactin or oxytocin, which are the love drug. So what this means for couples, it depends on how things go, but it can mean one of two things for couples. It can either mean that they're both more sensitive to each other. So they're more sensitive to criticism, they're more sensitive to, like each other's moods, they're more sensitive to any like irritation or frustration between them. And that's going to negatively impact their relationship. The flip side of that is that they're also more sensitive to support, to affection, to, loving, and that's going to improve their relationship.
The sudden change in hormones, the drop in hormones after having a baby for the woman can lead to what we call the baby blues, which is when women particularly often feel very emotional, teary for no apparent reason, but understanding that this is something that's generally transient and will pass in the early days following birth.
What do you know about hormones?
Well, I mean, hormones are a very important thing in the human body. Control a lot of our functions, or they initiate a lot of things in our body. So do males have do they have prolactin?
Yeah, interestingly, most recent research shows that men are actually we have prolactin. Our testosterone goes down after birth once we become fathers.
Yeah.
Testosterone drops, prolactin goes up. Cortisol's also involved there. That's actually a survival mechanism for the baby.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a man around and he's full of testosterone, his reaction to a child crying might be problematic if he's full of testosterone.
Yeah.
So the universe or nature drops his testosterone to protect the baby.
Because when he saw that women remain calm, they will release their natural endorphins that will be like natural opiates to help them during their labour and birth. When they're anxious or afraid, they will release adrenaline, and we don't want adrenaline.
Keep her oxytocin levels high. So there's things you can do with acupressure to help sort of fuel that oxytocin, but of course skin on skin, kissing, loving words, being close, just holding hands, whatever, touching, and allows her to have this oxytocin, which allows her to continue labouring, which allows her also to feel that calm, which then allows her to manage the sensations better. It helps her to build more endorphins as well, which are her natural pain relief substance for opiates.
Anything that actually inspires your partner to feel loved is actually increasing her oxytocin. So when we're loved up and satiated and just feeling calm and in control, that's when oxytocin is at its strongest. So in summary, if we were to summarise what the hormonal kind of landscape of pregnancy, childbirth and early parenting, it's to try and reduce our fear, because fear is the enemy of labour, and increase love, because love allows for oxytocin to flow freely. So we want to minimise our own fear so that we can actually help our partner reduce their fear as well. So it's important to keep the oxytocin flowing, and they can't happen at the same time.
No.
So if the adrenaline starts to come in, you're going to have to take her back to her breath, or find another way to move position, get into another active birth position.
Yeah.
So when we're arriving at a room, for example, and we've got a woman in labour, if we were supporting the oxytocin and really dumbing down that adrenaline, we'd want to set a room up so that it feels good, We want to get the dads involved, because as Ina May Gaskin says, the same energy that gets the baby in gets the baby out. So how do we create that loving space? How do we bring that energy in? And it is about holding that space, making it safe, lights down low, soft voices, kindness, encouragement, positivity, and lots of love. And that in itself is, that breeds, the oxytocin.